My name is Mike Agnew, and I'm in charge of the Municipal Development Team for RCOS, which is developing fund programs for local governments. And what is this? This is a big question for what I'm doing. We're basically a team that is built to develop stuff for cities. When they come to us with ideas for projects that would help their city out, we help develop open source tools for them with the big purpose of building publicity for the school, building rapport with governments, which helps in the long run. Having good rapport with our community is very important. Currently, main development is for the city of Schenectady, and we have Troy interested as well. An alumni of ours is actually on the city council of Troy. He's been in contact with me. For what we're looking for specifically, we could actually use some more developers, because it's currently only me. So when I say team, I'm a team of one. But that's okay, because I'm surprisingly getting a lot done since I switched our overall workflow. I used to be going in kind of a terrible workflow that involved me just developing a website. Now I've actually fine-tuned it a lot, and I'll show you in a minute. But what we could use is people who are interested in working with governments. I'm going to be working with, once I have some more stuff to show them, lawyers a lot, because there's laws. But we could really, this is mostly web development and web design right now. I mean, if you don't know web development, I'm using PHP, which is object-oriented web development, so that's fine. Right now I'm actually specifically looking for someone to develop a scheduling algorithm, and I'll explain that in a second, so that would be nice. So, the current project is called Reserve Me. And it's an online system which will allow the citizens of Schenectady to make reservations for various locations. An example, really easy example is maybe there's a rec baseball league, and they need the baseball fields in their park every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. for their games. So what it would be is it'd be a way for them to go online, make these submit the reservations for this, potentially process payments. That's where the laws come in. That's where it's really annoying. But the main thing is also process permits. Submits permits to the city, so they get them, and they get them in a web-based format and emails them out to the appropriate channels. And then it'll also give them actual record keeping. A lot of cities struggle with IT record keeping. These days, IT departments in cities are very stripped down. If you've ever seen a city's website, you'll know what I mean. They're generally still look like they're from 1995. So what the goal of this is helping them out with open source projects where they can just sort of implement it, and hopefully it's not too much to manage, and they can always come to us for help. And that's the point of it being a team now instead of just a project, because what we want to do is I graduated here, unless I get into the master's program here, forever. We wanted to keep going so that if they suddenly have a systems failure, someone can just drive 30 minutes down the road and help them out. The goals are to complete and release an application for the city, solve the various legal problems, and begin work on a new project potentially for Troy and to solve world hunger. But I'm a little backed up on the whole web development aspect of it. So, some other ideas is we want to provide some data solutions, specifically ways for them to really understand their data, because giving them a giant spreadsheet of data can be annoying. So visualization of data, like letting them understand who's reserving what, maybe it'll help them with their infrastructure. So saying, oh wow, this specific baseball field is getting used a lot, maybe we should invest a little more money into it and upgrade it a little more, maybe it'll increase even more. This one's not getting a lot, why? Research why certain places are getting reserved, maybe it's not up to well. Web-based systems are great because a lot of cities just use Excel and things like that, so it's all locally based on the light machine sitting at one. So, and the fact that there's no funding tied, really no funding in IT. Governments are pretty broke right now, if you haven't noticed. So open source software is probably going to be a big solution. This is my contact information if you're interested. You can also just find me on the RCOS website. So I have a demo. First of all, thank you, Professor Goldschmidt, Professor Markey, all of our talks, and Sean Sullivan. But I have a quick demo. I've showed this before. It looks really bad on tiny resolution, but that's okay. So this is a rework of the site. I actually completely stripped down the system and just moved the UI over. You have basic, the top is admin UI. If I wasn't watching the admin, you can see this. So I like having it inline, so it's not just another control panel, so it's a lot less confusing for them. So almost none of these work right now because this is the rework. But the cool thing is adding locations. So let's add baseball field 2. It's not going to be. Alright, so we can just add an image, take a screenshot of my homework. This is. Submit it. Get a ton of errors because I just updated it. Yeah, that's good. I just implemented an API, which probably means something went wrong. But anyways, so what I was going to say is we switched over to an API-centric as opposed to just doing it all PHP side. So we're much more object-oriented than we used to be. And an example is data location. I simply call this giant string of text. And I just send an API call to the server. And essentially just creates a new API. I don't know what went wrong. I can prove that it happened once. Yeah, so we moved to API. Ever since I moved to the API-centric, development's been hell of a lot easier. It's just much more organized, easier to document, and I think it'll be easier for other people to use further on. If someone wanted to, for example, come on and develop a mobile application for this, like if someone really wanted to develop an iPhone or Android application, it would be really easy. You just have to make API calls to create new locations, reserve locations, delete locations, create new users. But yeah, so so that's it. Any questions?
One weird question. What's your error log for your PhD? You go back, that actually instead of just running there.
Yeah. Well, this is all jargon data. This is all just data I've been throwing for testing. It looks like I entered. It gave me undefined indexes, which means it might be something with. I might have not have. I don't know. I might have not updated since I changed it to including. I just restarted the server too. But yeah, it's actually technically not even errors. That's what PHP does. Everything's an error. If it's a warning, it's an error. It does nothing. I mean, yes. But yeah. So, any other questions?
Yeah. I would definitely say get involved in this. I know there are a number of projects going on right now that have like 80 people on them. That's an exaggeration, but definitely if you're on a project and there's a lot of people, or even if you're on a project by yourself with one or two people and you find like, wow, I'm not really finding much to do. This is definitely a good project, a great project to get on right now. In part because Mike is graduating sooner or later.
Yep, eventually.
Actually, I'm a degree clearance on Mike.
Yeah, I was wondering if I could stay on here for graduate stage. That'd be fun.
But in all seriousness, get involved in this project. Even if you're working on something and want to keep working on it, also work on this one. This is high profile. Again, along here, Ken Zalewski, he is on this Troy City Council. He's been a guest speaker in the past here. But also, I got an email just coincidentally. There's another project maybe going to start very soon involving Troy about self-guided, an app to do self-guided walking tours of historic sites in Troy. So there's a lot of energy, I know, at least in Troy, definitely.
Yeah.
So more stuff to get involved with.
They're definitely excited about it. I've met with the mayor a couple times, which is kind of cool. So if you join the team, it's really good for networking. They offered me jobs at a couple points, which I just couldn't take because I have other jobs. But so it's actually pretty interesting. They actually kind of wanted me to be their IT department for a little bit. And I was like, I don't know if I can do that yet.
How are you processing payments right now?
I'm not. It was going to be PayPal, and that's what they said. They were like, okay, we can use PayPal, because like I don't want to do any, I don't know. We just wanted to do something safe, but the thing is, there's really weird laws with governments accepting payments.
Why something like Stripe?
Like Stripe?
Yeah.
I don't know. I basically consider anything at this point. I hate payment integration, but that's okay.
So you're giving plenty. Yeah.
We can do payment integration. Well, we also needed scheduling algorithms, specifically making sure that you can't reserve. It's like, it sounds simple, but like when you think about it, I've written out a couple versions, but like basically, so you can't reserve locations at the same time. It's a little, it's just got to be perfect. If it's wrong, and someone will get angry.
Just you already the next thing is wrong underscore name, whereas if you go back to the error message throughout, we just seem to have block name up there. With camel case.
Wait, that with what?
You're using camel case up there, but then you're using their case.
Yeah, I can see it. It's weird because it worked the other day, and I think I just rolled back a bit with it by accident. So yeah, those are the basics of what we need. It's actually pretty cool because they want to do some publicity stuff with it too, I know. So articles in the newspaper, meeting with the city council. It's a really good networking experience. Yeah, it's cool. Let me know if you're interested.